back, got everything set up. Took about 30 minutes to unpack everything from all the cases and put everything, set up everything together. So this is my full kit setup with 2 overhead mics, 1 mic for every drum, and a condenser mic on the hi-hat, and then of course all the cables necessary to wire everything to my setup, which I like to use a combination of my own personal mixer, where I can mix all 9 channels of each of my 9 microphones, as well as a personal monitor that I use for my in-ear monitors, a personal amplifier I use. So let's go over the electronics first. So I've got 2 cables that go out from my setup. This first cable is just a mono cable, 1/4-inch cable that goes from a preamp out on the mixer to the channel on the board, on the main mixing board that I'll integrate into. So there'll be 1 drum channel. This cable is an input cable that comes from the mixer. This is a TRS phono cable that comes from the mixer to my personal amplifier here, which let's get into. So this is a Rolls personal monitor amp. Works really well. The monitor line comes into the monitor input. Little power cables there, and then the headphones plug in here. I just use a 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch adapter because it makes it a little bit tighter than just using the 1/8 inch connection, but it has an 1/8 inch connection there too for the phones. Then I have one of these little coils to help if I'm pull on the connection any bit, it doesn't pop out. And then here's the mixer. So I just use a pretty inexpensive Behringer Europower PMP 2000 14 channel mixer. I just use 9 channels. It's got 9 XLR channels. I've got 9 mics. I use XLR cables, so it worked out perfect for me. So this way I'm able to adjust the highs, the mids, and lows for each, and the volume for each of my my mics. And then again, here's the out. My preamp out goes a mono channel out to the main mixing board. So everything is pre-mixed here, which is nice because I have control over individually what needs to go up or down, and any kind of high, mid, low changes to it. And then 1 channel goes to the main mixer board, so our sound tech can basically turn me up and turn me down as necessary, all together as a 1 single unit. It makes it a lot easier to me, I think, and it makes me sound better. Everything's mixed the right level here, and then usually I just need to increase the whole kit all together at once, or turn it down all together at once too. So, and then here's my blower fan that also doubles as an extension cable slash surge protector. Well, I don't know if it's a surge protector thing, but it does have a fuse in it. But so my mixer and my personal monitor amp plug into the side of this, and this plugs into the wall. When you go to an extension cord to whatever power source I need. So here's my Shure SE 215 in-ear monitors I use. Fairly inexpensive, not custom or anything like that. Just a $100, I think, set of in-ear monitors. Work great. I'm good at canceling out the sound and focusing on whatever I need to do. Sometimes I'll wear both, and sometimes when I'm playing, I'll just have one in my ear and have one my other ear just open for live sound. So that's the electric setup there, or electronic setup. Let's kind of go through the kit and show you everything else. So it's my hi-hat stand, 9000 series DW. I use 13¼ inch hi-hats. All my cymbals are Zildjian K Custom Hybrids. A little tambourine set up here. I also have the under-mounted condenser microphone, which I think works great. It's attached by an LP claw accessory, which works really great, very customizable. Just got your standard boom microphone stands for my 2 overhead condensers that are stationed above the my crash and splash to pick up those on this side, and then the crash, splash, and ride over on this side. So of course I got a mic on each tom and the snare. I use the Nady DM70s, which are pretty average. Microphone, nothing crazy expensive. I think they sound fine. And then I have a kick mic, same Nady kick mic on the front here, angled towards the beaters in the back. Got some pillow muffling going on, touching the front resonant head as well as the batter head in the back. I cut this little port out and put the little chrome thing around it, so because this is how I like to mic my toms. Some people like to just put a tom in the excuse me. This is how I like to mic my bass drum. Some people like to just put the mic attached to the XLR cable or whatever and just set it in the mic on the bottom of it or on a pillow or a blanket or something. I'm not a really big fan of that. I like this sound, pointed right at the batter head, kind of static, not touched anything. That's what I like. That's my preference. So as you can see, my cable, all my XLR cable are custom. I cut the custom size so there's not too much slack or anything that go around. And I also have them taped together so everything's kind of nice and neat. One nice neat snake all together. So I guess we'll finish off with the cymbals. So 9-inch splash, 17-inch crash, 19-inch crash, 20-inch ride, and then an 11-inch splash. As far as the kit itself, I use a DW Performance Series set as my gigging kit, and I can't say enough good things about it. It sounds fantastic. I just got this several months ago. And here's a little thing on the side. Big fan of DW and everything John Good does out there in California, I believe, and obviously the United States. Glad to support stuff that's being made in the USA, and it just sounds phenomenal. The wood technology, the shell construction technology behind these are just amazing. They sound fantastic. The Performance Series uses HVX design. There's a little glare there, but every shell has a little label on the inside that talks about what HVX technology is. There's some videos on YouTube that DW put out you can look at too, so I won't get into it here, but they're just really good sounding drums, and all their hardware too. So the snare stand, the thrones, their airlift throne, everything's 9000 series because I've got good taste, I think. But anyway, of course, I got the 9000 series rack as well, and this accessory rack on the side that comes off right there that I have my ride and splash on. So the kit, I got a 14-inch snare, and then 10, 12, 14, 16-inch toms. The floor toms they all have memory locks on the legs, and the legs are marked and all that. And as you can see on the carpet, I've got tape markings to mark where everything goes. And something so small and simple as this saves a ton of time when you are setting up. If you show up to a gig or whatnot, it really saves a lot of time. So as you can see, that black strips or tape around where I put my pedal, where I put all the feet of everything where it needs to go. So it saves a lot of time. I know instantly when everything's set up like this, you know, I have yet to sit down at the throne, and I know everything's exactly where I want it to be, to a T. So let's see, what else? Yeah, DW 9000 series double pedal. That's got memory locks on the linkage as well. Let's see, memory locks. Memory locks are the way to go when you got to set up quickly. Save a lot of time, take the guesswork out of it. Use memory locks. DW stuff usually comes with all memory locks, my hi-hats, my snare, my throne, all the floor tom legs, even the tom mounts and everything. They all came with memory clamps, which are great. Got to use those. Yep. So that's the mics. That's the shell. That's the cymbals. Let's see. Also, huge fan of using both Remo and Evans make these O-Rings, which are absolutely fantastic. They deaden all your overtones, and they just add an extra level of making good sounding drums, or great sounding drums, sound even better. So huge fan of using the O-Rings. Let's see if you can tell the difference here. I'll take one off, give it a smack. A little ringy there. Go ahead and throw this back on. So I don't know if you can tell the difference on the mic, but here live sound, it makes a huge difference. It sounds a lot better, especially when you're pumping it through the microphones as well. It definitely sounds a lot better. Makes a big difference. Let's see, what else? That's pretty much it for a brief overview. You know, I got my stick holder here, just holds 2 sticks. DW also makes that little accessory clamped onto the floor tom leg. Just great location, sturdy location. If I throw a stick, which doesn't happen a lot, or if I need to change sticks in between songs or something like that, it's more convenient there and easier to grab mid-song than trying to fumble into your stick bag. If you put your stick bag to the side on your floor tom like I do. Let's see what else. Got some drum keys. One's on the hi-hat, one's over here, one's on the pedal. And then here's the leftover. After everything's all put together and set up, you know, all my cases for the drum shells fit together like a Russian nesting doll. And got my SKB Cymbal Vault just chilling here with the drum hardware case as well. And then inside here I got my pedal case and my microphone case and my bag and whatever else I need to just kind of put out of the way, so that way once I have everything set up, this can just kind of stay to the side in a back room or green room or trailer, van, truck, whatever I'm in. It's easy out of the way. I can carry all that stuff at the same time, you know, by myself to get it off stage or whatever. So anyway, here's my full setup again. I'm going to start recording songs here in a little bit, some covers I'll play over the original in case anybody's interested in learning any of those songs. I'm in a band that plays all alternative rock and some punk and ska and grunge from the 90s. So 90s cover band. So anyway, here's my setup. Again, I like this setup very much. In-ear monitors are so nice to use instead of having a big noisy speaker right next to you, which is what I used to have right here. Big wedge monitor just for me. But it makes the stage sound so much louder, you know. And also, you know, I've got 9 microphones, so if I'm pumping more sound, you know, into an area where I'm sitting, where I've got 9 microphones, you know, each one of those are bound to pick up at least a little bit of whatever I'm pumping out. So if I can limit that just to my ears, it's fantastic. And this little guy, this little Rolls personal monitor amp was really inexpensive. I think it was like $60, you know. So with the you know, the in-ear monitors or headphones or whatever you want to call them, and you know, there's some accessories and this and the cable. I mean, you're looking at $200 and having a really good setup, wired setup to get in-ear monitors, which you can literally just, even if you go to a place and they have a wedge monitor, you can just pull the cable out of that wedge monitor, toss the wedge monitor to the side, and use the same cable that was feeding the wedge monitor and plug it into here, and there you go. You have in-ears wherever you go. So again, the blower fan is awesome, especially for outdoor events. Keep yourself cooled off. The only other setup I do other than this, you know, sometimes, you know, I don't have the option, depending on the venue, of using my own mixer with this setup, with a one-channel thing. They want to have full control of all the levels, you know. So for a more advanced place that has, you know, sound techs that know what they're doing and they're pros, then yeah, I don't need to be in the loop and use my mixer. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll still use the same snake I have plugged into my 9 microphones, and then I'll bring out my 30-foot snake that all these will plug into, and then that snake will go out to the main mixing board, or it'll go into another snake on the stage that's pre-wired to go to the main mixing board, and that's how I'll do that. So anyway, this is what I do. This is how I set up and how I gig. You know, let me know if you've got comments or feedback or questions. You know, I'm not a pro at this, but I do make some money doing it, and I have fun while I'm doing it. And this is some stuff I've learned over the 20-some years I've been playing. And but yeah, if you've got better ideas or there's something you really like that you see that I do, you know, let me know. And you know, spread the knowledge, share the wealth. And thanks for watching the video. Please like the video and subscribe